Hmm. All right. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this Deborah platform with another message. I will say this is a wonderful day in which the Most High Yah has made, and I, Sister Deborah, shall rest therein. Just coming with a little something, something. It ain't gonna be so much of a little, but it's gonna be something. We've gone too far out in the ocean. When I say too far out, we are subject not to make it back to dry land. From where we're at this day is so far out in the deep of the ocean. And the further you get out, the deeper it is. The further you get out, you can't see dry land. Our people have gone too far out to the ocean. They're going to have a hard time seeing dry land. They're going to have a hard time turning back just to try to return. They're going to have a hard time just floating because the water is so deep. And that forms to me losing understanding to the point where they might give up because they can't stay afloat. Because every time they turn around, it's something different. I noticed something about my people. You can't tell them truth because they so busy wanting to look in the face of their oppressor. They wanting to look in the face of the oppressor for everything they have ever did, say, and even act. No matter what my people do, they want to be justified. They want to be clarified by their wrongdoings. And people who wouldn't understand what I'm saying, it's because they never understood what the Most High Yah meant regarding these people and the way He had to put them in captivity so many times, and how many times and how long have we been calling them stiff-necked rebellion and disobedient, whoremongers, and all kind of names that a father that a father has to label his children. There is a people, my people, they have gone too far out in the ocean, and it makes so much sense. But I'm gonna tell you, when that comforter come, he'll make sense of everything. Everything you're seeing, everything you're hearing, everything you discerning, everything you can see in the spirit. That comforter, he sums it up. So you won't be so far out thinking that something can change amongst the people, because it can't and it won't. Even though they have dug a hole and have gone down really deep. And no one is willing to turn back around and say, no, we've gone too deep. No one can see this day and where we are at as a people and say, wait a minute, we've gone too deep. No one would say as they swim out to the middle of the ocean, wait a minute, we've gone too far. We can't see dry land and the water is freezing and it's getting deeper and deeper. I can't stay afloat. I'm getting lost because we got too many different groups swimming one way and another group swimming the other way, but they all going in the same direction. And that is deep, deep within the ocean. But no one would say, let's go back. We've gone too deep. You don't have a leader or a strong spiritual guide that would say, stop, stop, let's go back. We've gone too deep. They have lost so many because they can't stay afloat, because the water is too deep, it's too cold, it's too far out. They haven't had anything to eat. They don't have the strength. They're weakening out and they sinking beyond the ocean floor. But no one is willing to say, wait a minute, you guys, we've gone too deep. They waited till they got so far out where they couldn't look back to see the dry land. Now they couldn't make it back because they went too far. Now that the ocean shall have or be the hell that carries their flesh below the ocean floor. And those that are in the ocean feeds off of what is left of them. And those that feeds off of those that have swam so far is happy in the midst of what they're inheriting, because they had no idea that many would go that far out in the deep. So they got food for the rest of their lives, because going out to the deep, out that far in the deep, the only place you end up is at the bottom of the ocean. And when you wake up to glory, you stand before the judgment seat of the Most High Yah. I heard the Most High Yah say the ocean, the sea has to give up the dead. Because when judgment time comes, all spirits shall be judged and stand before that mighty throne of the Most High Yah. We've gone too deep, you guys. That means that there's nothing no one could do nor say. The captain of the leaders, the captains and the leaders have led the people too far out. Have you ever heard of the great falling away? They fell away from Yah and decided to follow man into the ocean. That's why the falling away is so great. It's because many shall follow them far, far away from Yah. Have you ever heard of the gate to destruction? Is broad. Have you ever heard of hell has enlarged itself? Y'all have sent messages after messages to us in so many ways. But oh no, we want to swim out in the deep because we got leaders that's leading us, showing us the way. The deep holds not righteousness. The deep holds not the spirit of the Most High Yah. Even though the right hand, which is his power, is going to cause the sea to give up its dead. Why? That day of judgment. Every man, woman, boy, and girl shall be judged, have to stand before the throne of the Most High Yah. Oh, I say unto you, we've gone too deep into the sea. Many are drowning. They can't stay afloat. They don't have enough food for their bodies. And the temperature of the ocean gets colder, colder by the day. Even when the sun is out, they still yet freeze because they're out in no man's land, following their heads and their leaders out into the midst of the ocean. No one says, hold up, we're going too far. No one. And as my spirit behold these things from the distance of the wilderness, I begin to see this too is the will of the Father. This too need be, for it is the will of the Father. As he ministered to my spirit, as I speak unto you, he said, how many times have a father had to give up the hope for his children? Have you ever been a father that have had children where you have to give up the hope for that child and just let them rest on prayer? The hope of the flesh is that my child come home. But what sense does it make if your child come home and he's still an alcoholic? He's still a drug addict. He's still gay, or she's still gay, or she's still an alcoholic, or she's still a drug addict. Coming home that way? The Most High Yah says, Deborah, I had to give up many of my children, so understand where I'm coming from. These things need be. Yah tells me that he had to prepare himself in the spirit realm. Thousands of years. So those that swims to the ocean in such a late time and late season as we are in, he said that this need be. Many shall lose their lives. And it's okay. I'm going to call it the Holy Spirit because I believe Yah is holy. And as he described how he's going to purge the daughters of Zion and the men that are left, how they're going to be judged, and he's going to put the title holy on them when they reach the promised land. So he is holy now. And holy also is his name. They're gone too far, y'all. They're gone too far out in the deep. And we come together to try to justify, clarify, and identify what is actually taking place. But Yah speaks to my spirit and said they're gone far out in the ocean where there's no returning. Hello, everyone in the live chat. Good to see you all here. So I say unto you all, there's a lot going on. And now, to me, the love of that comforter is so thick because I can see how he comforts me in the time of great need when I need to be comforted, because in me, I try to put the pieces together and there's no puzzle that matches the pieces. But when the Ruach HaKodesh, which is the Holy Spirit, because he is holy, come in the midst of me, he comfort me with the word of encouraging me. This too need be. And when he said that, I know that he just reminded me that all things is in his power and in his control. There is many things going on. Many, many things going on. And it's worse than what you can hear, what you can see. Because man see out of their fleshly eyes. Man hear out of their fleshly ears. And when I say man, I'm talking about male and female. They see out of their fleshly eyes. They see out of their fleshly ears. And that way, they cannot see. And that way, they cannot hear. These things only come in spirit and in truth. Can you see? Can you hear? And it comes through the Holy Spirit that leads you and guides you and comforts you and show you things to come and teach you all things. So I do want to send a thanks out to my Father in the heavens that is all that and some, for just being all that he have been in spite of what a people have been to him. We have shamed him. Today is, what is today? Today's date is, let me see here. He is telling me that we have shamed him. Today is June the 28th, 2021. And he said we still yet, as a people, bring shame upon him, bring disgrace, bring disrespect, dishonor, and that the people follow the people that is very disrespectful, very dishonorable. We follow them straight into the sea with a smile on our face and a gladness in our hearts, not understanding we are lost without a cause. And we can't understand going out in that deep, you're going to drown. The cold, and you ain't going to eat. There's no hope because there's no way you're going to be able to swim back to dry land. There's lots of things in the ocean waiting for the flesh of man to feed off. Good thing Yah has your spirit that shall rise It shall remain in the sea asleep until the dead has to give up. The sea has to give up the dead. Oh yes, the sea don't have to give up its dead because he don't own it. See, it can eat up the flesh. You can have the flesh, the bones, the heart, the brain, the liver. You can have all that. You can have all that flesh. I'm getting what belonged to me. And that is that spirit. The spirit. Come on here. Come judgment, stand before me. All that spirit gonna have left is they led me out in the deep. I knew not my way. I thought they represent you. I thought they were on your behalf. I thought that they were doing these things in regards to you, Father. It's too late. Too late. They're gone. Too far out in the deep. So I'm saying that to say this where we're at today, no one is seeing righteousness. No one is seeing what is just and what is justice. Righteousness, just, and justice is charity. Okay. They took out of the Bible the word righteousness and put charity. Charity and righteousness are two different things. So when he says charity, if you have not charity, because it's the greatest to have, the gift, it is the greatest to have. And charity means doing for the less fortunate or for the poor. That is not the heart of Yah. It should have been righteousness is the greatest. Righteousness, justice, and just should have been in the place of charity. And they took it out. They took it out and gave you charity so you would never understand. Yah is calling for righteousness. That is the main thing he says is the gift. If you don't have righteousness, all the gift in the world follows behind it. They said charity. No, it's not. Look up charity. It does not mean righteousness. That's why they switched it. When you look it up, you got to look it up two ways. You got to look it up in the dictionary. Then you got to look it up in Hebrew. In Hebrew, it tells you that it is righteousness, justice, and just. They hid the word because they knew what they have been doing to a people for thousands of years. So if we can take out righteousness, justice, are we not crying for justice? Are we not crying for just when that's what was in the place when you read the Bible for charity? Charity, they put, is the greatest gift. And guess what? That's why everybody gives to Catholics, gives to organization. They stole righteous. What sense is it to give to someone and you're not righteous? You see how they flip this, that, just like I was telling you all once before about the rainbow. You see how right before our eyes, right before us, and we as people that say that we are his people says not a word, not a word. How they took the rainbow. Thank him for his rainbow, because when I see it, I still am reminded of what he said. When I see them with rainbow colors, it don't even look real. It can't outbeat what I see in the sky. It can't even outbeat the feeling that I have when I see the rainbow after the rain, and I see the beauty of the rainbow, trying to see if I can see the end that it start and the end that it end. But when I see that rainbow, I only see Crayola colors. You see? But you see how they stole it and claimed it as something that's totally against him. You see? When that's how they're leading the people. Our own nation, Yah wanted us to stay in the mirror. He don't want us to turn our face out of the mirror, because if we keep looking away from the mirror, we are seeing our oppressor, heathens, and white people. Yah ain't never wanted us to look in the mirror and see our oppressors, white man, and the heathens. He wanted us to look in ourselves. Oh no, we can't do that. We can't do that. Why? Because we're hurting ourselves more than they could ever hurt us. We are hurting ourselves more than the heathens, the oppressor, and the white man can hurt us. We're hurting ourselves. Why would you say that, Sister Deborah? We're hurting our eternal destiny. They hurting our flesh. When you're lost without a cause, it's when you don't know the difference between your flesh and your spirit. One goes to the ground, get ate up, into the dirt in which it comes. The other one stands before the Most High in judgment. So what are the two? They can tamper with this flesh because it's got a day in and a day out. But don't let them mess with your spirit, because that's going to determine the eternal fire, the lake of fire, or the New Jerusalem. So when we look into the mirror, we got to look beyond thinking white man, heathens, oppressors. We got to look at ourselves daily. Did not he say, judge thyself daily? Did not he say, even in our prayer, give us this day, give us this day, give us this day, give us this day our daily bread? And as you read that prayer, it lets you know, just focus on a day at a time within you. Now, we know you can set your vacation and you can focus on that. He's talking about spiritual. This prayer is dedicated to the spirit to give us the strength in the flesh. So are we going to continue to look in the mirror and look at the one that can destroy the flesh? Or are we going to look in the mirror and judge ourselves daily and be judged by the Most High Yah and say, well done, faithful servant? You see? Which one? How long? I can hear the angels saying, how long will you venge? How long must it be? That was in biblical, as the Spirit taught me. That's what I heard. But guess what? I hear not them asking regarding us. Something's wrong. We've gone too deep into the ocean to where the angels in heaven is not even questioning or not even bring it before the throne of Yah. How long anymore? You know why? They know that the Most High is seeing who we are in its clearest form in the heavens. We're not who we want to think and feel we are, because we're trying to feel good in the flesh and care not about our destiny in the spirit. So Yah sits and he says, okay, if they keep focusing on the flesh, then therefore let the flesh be judged according to the flesh. Because what a man do on the earth, he has to be liable for on the earth in the flesh. So you're not going to escape the things your people continue to do. And another thing, he hasn't heard any cries. So when Yah say, I haven't heard the cries, Deborah, from the people, that means our women are not moaning. They're not crying out like they did for the one in under Pharaoh. They were the one crying out. The men were the one tired and laboring and getting beat. They were the one that moaned into where the heavens heard the cry. Y'all say he don't hear none. Because we wants to follow and lead, be behind those that's going straight out into the ocean. And when we get so far deep, we think we can cry. No, he's not out there. He's not coming for you out there either. He's because he said you wanted something that you can see and believe. You wanted something you can see and be led. You wanted something you can see and to guide you. Well, here you go. Instead of the one that you cannot see, but yet you believe, because in the spirit realm, your spirit connects to his spirit, and y'all abide as one in the spirit. You see, we don't want to go there. That's not good enough. We want to hear about all the violence and all the things that's going on. Y'all say, have not they seen enough? And I said unto the Father, no, they have not. But my heart feels heavy. He said, you ain't seen nothing yet. And I already know that. I already feel that. I already discern that. And that's why I can say unto a people, you're lost without a cause. And without the cause, because for Sister Deborah to be getting information since she was 4 up until now, which I'm 59, let me tell you, I'll be 60 in October. But let me tell you, all this time, I'm giving this information and I'm trying to understand why is it he's suffering me to see this as it is in the spirit realm, so that I can tell those in the natural realm what is to come, what is before them, what is on their left, what is on their right, what is in the back of you, and what is in the front of you. But he always sent Solomon, he sent Ezekiel, Jeremiah, sometimes Moses. Oh, yes. And David is definitely my brother as well. To show me from this book that what I am saying to you, they had to walk the same walk. So that leads me to understand, even male and female, y'all not created in the spirit. Woo, that's deep. That is deep. Let me say that again. When he suffered Solomon, David, sometimes Moses, Ezekiel, and Jeremiah, them to speak unto me, they began to tell me in my spirit, man, Deborah, this is what we experienced. See, it was like this, it was like this, and it was like this through here. Then they bring it live in my spirit. And I'm like, oh, okay. So that's why I'm seeing it. That's why I'm feeling it. And it's so clear. Yes, it's because we've been there. We've done that. So don't think that he's giving you a task or a job that has not been done hundreds of times to the same people in which you're speaking to right today. So they are truly, truly, truly my spiritual brothers. For y'all to suffer them to come back into me, to teach me their standpoint of how they felt and what they had gone through walking through this. You see? So that's showing you that the comforter, in which is said to be the comforter, you can't get no comfort better than that. That can come and bring you back the spirits of those who have experienced the same calling that you have experienced and comfort you. But what Yah is wanting me to say to you on this stand, this same brothers, they are truly my brothers. And I am truly their sister. Let me tell you why. Because we didn't come down in male or female. Y'all said that was man's mindset who wanted to change what he created into what they wanted to label it to be. When you in the flesh, you male or female. But when you in the spirit, you are Yah. That's it. No male, no female. So must Deborah walk the way flesh want her to walk and separate herself to shut up, keep quiet, and sit down because the flesh of man says it? must I rise to my highest calling, which is the most high Yah. A prophet is in the wilderness. I must rise because greater is what's in me than my flesh on the outside, which man says, don't speak, shut up. You're exalting yourself above men. But in Yah said, when I created them, there was not male nor female in the spirit. There was not male nor female in the spirit. Likewise with Chinese, whites, Iranians, same way, same thing. He said, when they come in me, we become one. Everybody got a spirit from Yah. Okay? Even though their flesh have taken them away, taken their spirit away, Christ, which is Yeshua HaMashiach, came to bring your spirit back into line with the spirit that gave you light from the beginning. And it did not have a color. The spirit of Yah is not a color that's wearing dreadlocks. Kinky hair. So I say unto people, you all are walking in a cult because you're looking and acting and trying to be what man has called you to be. And I'm not just saying male. I'm saying human flesh have told you you're to walk, talk, act, and look, and you forsaken the one that has called you in the spirit realm. See, the spirit is eternal, but the flesh goes back to the trash. So why are we focusing on the flesh? Why are men cutting up from the flow up this day all over the Hebrew Israelite movement regarding what we eat, what we drink, what we smoke? Why? No one's focus is, hey, wait a minute, we bigger than flesh and blood. We spirit. We came in a light. That was the image of Yah, was that light he put in us. That was his image. That light got away from him. But he had a plan before the foundation of the world. Okay, I'm going to give them this light, and they're going to let their darkness of their flesh take them away from the light they rest in them. But hold up. I got another plan. I'm going to send a lamb. I'm going to slaughter him right now. Okay, hey, come on, Power, help me out right here. Christ steps in the scene and said, okay, this is how we're going to do it. I'm going to send my right hand power with you, angel Yeshua. And you're going to step down on the earth and you're going to die like a man. You see? You're going to shed blood like a man. And matter of fact, you're going to be called the Son of Man. But hold up, I'm going to send my right hand behind you. It's going to be with you. It's going to be all power. And it's going to be called the beloved, my only begotten son. It's going to be called my right hand. It's going to be called the Son of Yah. Yeshua was the angel who came as the Son of Man. Christ came as the Son of Yah. They came in a mission of one. It started in the heavens, separating the two. So what happens? Before I can prepare you like I prepared everyone else down here, you are an angel. I'm slaughtering you now for the mission. And I'm sending my right hand power to work in you, before you, through you, and so on to complete the mission. Because if I send you, Yeshua, you're going to not be able to be successful. You're just an angel. I'm just using you as the lamb, as the sacrifice. Because I'm already son many angels down. I son my prophets. They killed every last one of them. But I tell you what, I'm going to send you down and I'm going to send my right hand power. So you sit on my right hand until I make the earth your footstool. Hallelujah. And right today, the Son of Man, which is seated on the right hand of Yah, waiting to come to the battle in the flesh on our behalf. When Yeshua was at Gethsemane, I'm going to separate those who are gone out into the deep sea and going to drown. For those on the dry land, listen to this. When Yeshua was in Gethsemane, okay, he couldn't even get them to pray. Was there any women in that? Oh, no, Deborah, there was no women. He couldn't even get them to pray. He told them, stay up just a little while. Let me just go pray and y'all stay woke till I go get pray. So if he was going off to pray, you would think they were saying, well, let us go on and pray. No, they fast asleep. Why? The flesh. And guess what? Hold up. What's this idea the Son of Man is turmoiling with the serpent? Hold up. Wait a minute. What are you having a hard time with the serpent in Gethsemane when you're down praying? Wait a minute. Why? Because only the serpent knew that he was now dealing with the Son of Man. Hallelujah. He knew that the Son of Man was what he was dealing with. Because now the Son of Yah was standing on the sideline. Why was the Son of Yah standing on the sideline, Sister Deborah? It's because the Son of Yah wasn't going to do the mission itself. It's just going to give the Son of Man the strength to see it through. He gave Yeshua the strength. Yeshua began to say, oh, take away this bitter cup. Why? Because you now in the flesh, bro. You all by yourself. He said, take away this bitter cup, not thy will, not my will, but thy will. Hold up, wait a minute. This ain't Yeshua. Who you talking to, Yeshua? Who you talking to? Who you saying take away this cup? Not my will, but thy will. Who you talking to? The Father in the heavens. But who are you talking to? You know who he talking to? He talking to Christ, the Father's right hand power. Take this cup away from me, this bitter feeling from me, that I may fulfill my angel mission as a man for a man, and everything a man have done. Not a male, but I'm male and female. Human have done. I got to get on this cross. This was predestined, ordained, anointed, and appointed before the foundation of the world. I was the angel that the other angels said you made a little lower. Hallelujah. And they said they are awakening. So here it is. He comes on the scene. Now he ain't got to send me, and he's sitting here holding a conversation with Christ. I'm like, okay, Christ, I hear you in there. And he said, and when Yeshua said, take away this bitter cup, not my will, but thy will. See, he was saying, not my will in the flesh. Hallelujah. That was the angel that was coming to sacrifice his flesh as a mission. You know how they take a lamb and throw it over their shoulder after they have killed it and they're getting ready to sacrifice it? When he was the sacrifice for all our fleshly sin. So he was coming down to kill this flesh off so that our spirit might have eternal. You tell me if that's not deep. If that's not what you call giving and gave, that's what you call real love in the way our sick minds understand love. It was about him giving and gave. So what happens as he gets in there, he tells this here, he tells Christ, he say, take away this, take away this cup, not my will, but thy will. Hold up, Yeshua, what are you talking about? He's telling Christ, take this cup away, take this feeling away, take this bitterness away, so I can go up on that cross and do what I was ordained to do. He gets up on the cross, and what happened? He's up there, and now he's feeling it like a man. And I ain't talking about male or female. He's feeling it like his mission. He was the lamb. He's feeling it like a lamb. He's feeling it like the flesh of a man. You see? Why? Because he's going to die for all mankind. So shouldn't he feel it? Sure. See how smart y'all is? He's son of lamb that he had sacrificed before the foundation of the world. And all that land was what we were. We were all angels at one time, brought down here in human flesh. You see? So as we came down, here we are. But he gave us his spirit, his image, instead of the angel image. You see? But see, what happened is, what did he do? So Yeshua is over here. That's why he says two different ones. He called it the Son of Man, and they call it the Son of Yah, the Son of God, and the Son of Man. The Son of Man and the Son of God. When you read your book, you'll see it. You say, Father, how could I be this age just not seeing this? But what happened? So here he telling Christ, take away this bitter cup. Not my will, but thy will. Take it away so I can do what I got to do. Take this bitter feeling from me. He's saying, Christ, please take this bitter feeling from me. Please see how important it is to stick to Christ. See how important it is. Some call it in Hebrew, the Hamashiach, stick to Christ. Don't y'all ever forsake Christ, no matter what you do. I have a couple of young ladies who have turned back from the Hebrew Israelite movement, and now they're saying they're going back to the Christians and they claiming Jesus Christ. I don't have no problem with that. But you better know the difference between the two before you stand before Yah. Because one is his power, who that same Christ takes. When you accept him as in the mission and know who he is, he takes that. I just read in the scriptures last week that y'all was saying they have to come to the fullness of Christ. This is what Sister Deborah is talking about. But see, I've learned it when I was in high school, but I'm just telling you. He said the fullness. I said, I've never seen that, Father. He said it's always in there. Even when you speak, the words in which you speak can be founded. I was like, woo, okay. It's not about how I say it and the way I say it. It's what I'm saying. See, that's what people don't understand. Spirit ain't truth ain't coming to look a certain way. Spirit ain't true ain't coming to sound a certain way. It's coming to be true in what it's saying. All this other mess everybody talking about don't mean nothing. Is this person's talking a certain way, but is it truth from the spiritual level? Is it truth? That's all you worry about. Now, here go God send me, and Yeshua saying to Christ, take away this bitter cup, not my will, but thy will. You know I can't perform it. That's what he's pretty much saying, unless you move this bitter feeling. So what Christ do? He moved the feeling away. He took that feeling of fear, afraid. That's why he was in Gethsemane sweating. They said rains, as they say, drops of sweat and all this and that. That's why he was having a hard time. Why? Because that darn serpent was there too. Trying to get the last minute of control before he get on this cross. Because if you really, let me tell you something. You remember the king that was on his side. His wife was saying this man is guilty. I mean, innocent. And then she told her husband, and he was saying, no, he's innocent. And they said, well, we're going to take him to the other king. And they just eager to get him convicted. But he said, but I see no fault in him. Was that man doing something good or bad? That was another level of the enemy on the back end. Yeah, you saw no fault in him, but he said his hour was near. Get out the way and get me prepared so I can climb on top of that cross. You know it ain't no fault in me, no way. But come on here. Stop playing around. My hour is near. Not near, he said, my hour is now, or something like that. So it was there. Ain't got time for you to say I'm not guilty and no, we need to, he's innocent. No. I was that when you brought me in here. So what are you talking about now? I was that when I came out of my mother's womb. So what are you talking about now? Come on here. I only have 1 hour. Get me to the cross so I can do what I come here to do. So this is what happened. When he get up on the cross, he began to feel that pain. What the pain was, whatever they were doing to him on that cross, he began to feel it like a man. Hallelujah. He began to feel it like a man. And what did he begin to say? Abba, Abba, why have thou forsaken me? That's that flesh. That's like us. We get in a situation and we feel y'all ain't there for us. Especially if we get sick and in a lot of pain, we want him to come deliver, and he don't come when we say, and when we won't, we wondering where he at. Well, look at what Christ did. That showed you right there who was on the cross. That was the Son of Man on the cross. Because what happened is he couldn't get on the cross with Christ. he cannot get on the cross with Christ. Why? Because he had to die like a man. Christ ain't a man. He is Yah. He would have never died as long as Christ was still in him. Christ had to ascend out of him so that he can come on that cross, die, feel the pain and agony like a man, so that all men, women, boys, and girls can be forgiven for all their sin. And just imagine, this is where I'm trying to show you all that it's not too bright to listen to a lot of people talk about Torah or hang here and hang here. You better do this and you better follow the feast and you better follow this and the sacrifice. All this stuff men are talking about battling right now. Sacrifice, what we eat. That, let me tell you that him hanging on that cross killed it all. Now one of you all can answer why and how. How did Yeshua kill all they talk about in the old? How did he do that? Everything was like the Garden of Eden. The moment he died, everything was back to no sin. Y'all didn't know that, did you? Everything was forgiven. Everything. Everything. Why do you think that the Spirit ascended and descended and took the keys from the one who thought he controlled it all? Now where you at now? You see, we don't understand things in the Spirit. So when Yeshua hung on to that cross and was sacrificed like that, I tell him today, you did an excellent, wonderful job. Because he did. Because in order for him to fulfill that mission, Christ had to pull out. So he can go to it like you and I, human flesh. He did it. He did it. Even though at the end, when the pain got tremendous, he began to say, Abba, Abba, why have you forsaken me? All the way through the mission, he wouldn't have said that. But he knew he was on the cross for the true mission that was planned before the foundation of the world. So as he was up there, he gave up the ghost. You notice how Yah took him on out of here. I love my Father. Because just like I told you, I had a dream of something I used to do years ago. And this dream was about a week ago. Yeah, about a week ago. And they was following me and trying to catch me. And I was always by myself, but they was always after me. But they always knew where I was. So I said, and I was out. Everywhere they come after me, they see me, I see them, I was out. And it got to the point, I did about 6 times when they was after me, to the point I got kind of to the point where I was laughing. I was like, nah. I was laughing. Y'all is sending me a message, Deborah. You keep on telling them people what I give you to tell them. Make sure you keep your flesh out of it. Keep my spirit rooted. Because when they stand before me, I'm going to show them you. When you spoke. See, they thinking they going to get up there and they going to rumble and jumble. But I'm ready for them. Because I already know who they are when they walk in my presence. I knew who they were before the foundation of the world. So that's why I ain't taking no yap. So when we want to rumble, the new sheriff came in town when Yeshua hung on to that cross and went on through. That's why he needed Christ to remove the cup, that feeling, because he was feeling like a real man. But he had to move Christ. He wanted Christ to take away that feeling, because he was feeling it like a real man, because Christ had to get out of there. Don't get me wrong. When I say get out, he's present there all around the whole situation. But he had to move out of the way so that Yeshua, the angel that was brought lower, can get up on that cross like you and I. That's the only way he could die for us. He couldn't die with Christ in him, because that's all power. You think all power gonna let you die? He can't die. So therefore, he had to let him die like a man. That's his whole mission, was to come down here and be a sacrifice, like a real lamb for us. And he did it. And after it was over, and how did you see how the earthquake and all that? That was because there was no more sin, y'all. He had wiped every Roman soldier, every Hebrew Israelite, every nationality was starting all over again. No more sin. He had wiped it and forgave all of it. You see? So what we have to do, we have to learn to bump back in to where he took off, left out. Read And also, don't forsaken the old of the prophets and what they warned us to. And if you ever have any sense, stop going to these knuckleheads on these devil platforms and go to the books of the prophets. They will tell you and show you your way. But see, you want to call these people on this devil platform your prophet. You want to call them a God. You want to call them brother this and brother that and sister this and sister that. Get that mess to the curve, y'all. That's flesh. You want to know the truth of the matter? The truth of the matter, the book was left so you can go back into the prophets that y'all had sung all the time. Meaning, and you know what he really wanted you to see in the old? He really wanted you to see his right hand. He really wanted you to see his stretched out arm. He really wanted you to see us, the one he was talking to when he said, let us create. He really wanted you to get a full understanding of who was that let. That was that right hand power, which is Christ. We lost it. We missed it, even to today. We still don't know. So when you see these people battling all this nonsense, who gives a rat's behind what you eat? Christ didn't die for us to be out down here acting a fool about what we eat. Christ didn't die for us to be acting a fool about the way we look, how we dress. Christ didn't die on that cross for us to be talking about, you shut up and I speak. You shut up and I speak. I'm rule over you. I'm control. Because when heaven sees you, he sees you as one. And he said, every time he said, as one, he tells you, this is a mystery. Hallelujah. Because the mystery, I'm going to go on kind of give it to you the way I'm taught it. The mystery is, there's no male, there's no female in Yah. His image is he who he is. He don't take his image and cut it in half. You a female. Here, you a male. He don't rumble like that. He gave us the image, which is a spirit of who he is. Okay. So if he gave us the image, how dare we say it's a male or a female? Just say what it is. It is his image. It is a spirit. He said in John 1, in the book of John, chapter 1, all the way down to about 10, 11, 12. He is a light. He gave you a light. A spirit looks like a light, a bright light. That's what he gave us. And we run around here talking about male and female, male and female. No. That's how he created things so that they can work according to his will. See, they didn't understand. The men today don't understand. The help meet wasn't coming to meet your sexual desires. The help meet wasn't coming to meet your lustful feeling. The help meet was coming to meet his will. Hallelujah, Father. Hallelujah. So it's no such thing as what they talking about. But because I'm a teacher that was taught from the back end, not the front. Hallelujah. And I give all praise and honor to the Most High Yah, because I sat attentively as a young person and as a young teenager, understanding what took place before the foundation of the world. He made sure I knew that before I knew many of things. And in that, Los Angeles, I don't know where it come from. I never met no one. I never saw anyone. All I know is everything came to me, and it was coming to my house, and it was teaching me. It was showing me. And as I sat up under and I began to talk, see, I had already had a relationship with him since I was 4. So I was just praising him for what he. Then my mother wanted to participate. I said, sure, you can write him and get into it. But she couldn't get it. She couldn't get what y'all had got me, have given me. See, what y'all has for you is for you. It's real. It ain't for everybody. And like a lot of times I get on here and I am disobedient. A lot of times I be getting on here, I be very disobedient. Because a lot of times I be sharing with you all what he have shown me. And he didn't tell me that. He said, what's for you is for you. Know that this is for you. Because sometimes I have a problem with thinking that, what am I to do with this? I'm overloaded with all this. I know now that there's a crew that's coming that's going to have respect for what I'm saying. But right now, ain't nobody, and it's not like, that's why I say to you all don't try to hold on to this life. Don't try to think that you're going over to the New Jerusalem. I'm not the New Jerusalem, the promised land. want to go to the New Jerusalem. The promised land is a place that he's going to fulfill the end mission of his promise. That's it. Don't forget, y'all lost without a cause. Because don't forget, he left the Israelites 40 years in the wilderness and they died out. They didn't get to go to the promised land. Moses nor Aaron. See, Moses got bullheaded. He really got to the point where he wanted to take the sides of the people that was left. So I tell you what, bro, I know what you're feeling. I'll leave you but here with him. So you ain't going either. Aaron, he made sure he was out of there. These are people who led them. These were the two men that led them out. You see how hard it is for our men. Look how Aaron, as soon as Moses went to the top of the mountain to commune with Yah, look how Aaron did everything that they told him to do with the calf and participate in it. Y'all wake up. This is the truth of the matter. This is what you call real truth. This is how our men are and the weakness and mindset that they have. They have a one-track mind. That's why Aaron Buck didn't make it. And Moses didn't make it. Moses should have took them the house of Israel, the children, right until the promise and then died. Or at least halfway, he didn't get to go nowhere. Because his heart was starting to feel like theirs. You get to the point where you don't want to follow Yah. And that's how it is today. They get on the right track. Now, don't get me wrong. A lot of them get on the right track and end up on the wrong road. And they feel that it's okay. And they don't realize, wait a minute, I was on the right track. How did I get over here? Oh, well, I like it over here. Because I'm a king, I'm a leader, I'm a ruler. I can do this, I can do this, I can control people. Ooh, YouTube is giving me a check. Ooh, people look at me like I'm a movie star. And that's what it's all about. They're in Babylon. And they're on these platforms under the power of the right hand of the beast. Because Yah said he's loosed and he has given him. Like he said in Proverbs 16. Created the wicked for the days of evil. How can you create some for some days and that one you created better know how evil this day is? Oh yeah, he know, because I gave him all the tools to work it. And he got the media to manipulate the four corners. And our people, you know what I said to the Father? I say, they doing this, our people, they doing this. They putting us on the media and they saying we doing this and they saying we doing that. And they just only show what we do. He said, don't you dare take on that attitude. Y'all had to confront me. He said, you know better. See, that's that mess Aaron did. You know better. First thing he said to shut me down. The things that they showing that your people doing, are they doing it? Yes, they are. Know that they are wicked and evil as well. Stop trying to make them right and make everybody else wrong. They're wrong. They sin. They're wicked. They're evil. Get with it. Keep looking in the mirror. Keep looking in that mirror. You'll see things clear. Keep looking in that mirror. Stop looking at the heathens, the oppressors, the white man. Keep looking in the mirror, because what they were to do were come together and talk about the issues that is being done to them. But they can't come. We as a people can't come before a table and reason with each other. Why? Because Abel killed Cain. They don't tell you who people they were. You know who they were? They was you. Look in the mirror. I had to explain that to my son when I was giving him a counseling. When you look in the mirror, brothers killing brothers was first in the biblical. You see, it always exists against each other. Wait a minute, hold up. Esau and Jacob was battling with each other. Where at? Wait a minute. Where? In the womb. So women, you run around here thinking the way that these kids have something to do with you. You run around here thinking, oh, you didn't raise the kids, and these men still today, even this here new breed, he better breed his tail somewhere in hell. and stop running around here manipulating people and people going to him like in great numbers. And this man is a no win. Is a time bomb with a no win, because everything he says, every blame is on the wrong individual. I'm blaming from what Yah has blamed, and it has been hidden. He said, that which is in the dark shall come to the light in the last days. It's high time the light get turned on, because everybody want to walk in all this darkness and dance in it too. That's why they cut the lights on when it's a party. Everybody want to boogie woogie in the darkness. That's their mindset. Okay? So I want you all to understand that all of this that is actually taking place, it didn't start with a female. Okay? This started with a male. When you wonder why Yah is constantly saying male this, male that, male that, it's because he trusted that light in the wounds of the men. They're the one that's carrying the sperm. You see? That's why. He trusted in them to make sure that that light comes up the right way so it can fulfill the mission. They didn't do that. They ran away from the house, talking about the women ain't putting them out because they don't want to work. They want to smoke dope. They want to sell dope. They want to drink. They want to not work. They want the women to bring in the money. This has always been. A lot of men, I was asking, I didn't understand why he was trying to get me to hear all these men talk about how they was raped and molested from 3 years old, some 2, most of them was 3 up to they 13, 14, and they still battling with it, and they older than I am. I'm like, and crying. They on it. And then you don't come telling me nothing about no gay. I don't want to hear about what I mean, or little X nasty or whatever he is. I don't want to hear nothing about that. That's irrelevant to reality. The reality is that child is one. When you going to start telling your men to come up out of this homosexual lifestyle? When are you going to start telling your men that's a boy? Don't put the whole issue on a boy who the world is selling out. He's selling because they got a rope around his neck. That child is not on there. I sat and listened to the way he talked. He's not doing this because, oh, this is what I like. This is what I want to do. You are lying from the pit of hell. That's why Yah told you His son, those that is connected to his Christ, the gifts he put in them. That's why he said, if it was so, it would fool my very elect. He has his already elect, not to be fooled by these knuckleheads on this platform. Because if you listen to them, let me explain something. Little next, not little next, New Breed. Y'all go check him out. New Breed. He sound like he telling you something, but you'll notice every one of his topic blame everything in the world on a woman. Now, here it is. He's saying the women is the only one watch BET, and they the one that's marveling off. I mean, just the things that this man says is so sickening. But the nation that said that they are awakened and are found, are the chosen, follow this mess. But see, the truth of the matter is this, you guys. Homosexual did not start in our day and time. In our day and time. If I'm almost 60 years ago, it didn't start 100 years ago. It started way back in biblical times, okay? Nothing escaped. That's how when he in the world with old goody shoes, Noah and his children, hell still broke out, come out when they came out. Hell still, the sin and all the destruction still kept going. Wait a minute. How was that? He in the world, and all the one that was righteous was in the boat, right? How did they come out and the world end up like this? Because it never escaped. It never escaped. It is what it is. The earth is what it is. Darkness, evil, wicked. So here you go. When you saw Ham looking at his father, nakedness, that was homosexual. That was lust in him. That's why when Noah woke up, he told his son what he did because the spirit of Yah revealed it to Noah. Okay? So when Noah saw what Ham had done, right then, Ham, you got to think these three sons. It wasn't the wife that was sinning, it was the sons. See, they got us thinking that we in the Garden of Eve, because Eve listened to the enemy, that was a lie. That's a lie. When the Ruach HaKodesh teach you from the back end, he tells you the truth. He let you see it for the truth of the matter. But he let man crank up the lie so that they can lead all the unrighteous one out of the place that they need to be, because what? He knows who's who. Y'all know who. You can lead them anyway. Go on, take them out to the ocean. Go on. Hey, you come out here. They finna go out to the ocean. You want to go? Oh, wait a minute. They finna go. They leaving. They leaving July the 4th. No, I tell you, they gonna be leaving July the 15th. You want to go out in the ocean? Go on. All the brothers, they swimming out and they taking their women and children. Go with them. There it is. You think y'all gonna tell them not, or he's gonna stop that? No. Why? He been talking too long. He been leaving his right hand power and his stretched out arm to us and for us for too long. He ain't got time to go collect these people because they want to go out here in wickedness and darkness and evil. They want to be led by a man because he told them, I'm the ruler, I'm the leader. You ain't you're right. You're the ruler and the leader of the flesh that's in darkness. I want to talk to who is in the spirit realm. If you ain't got nothing for me in the spirit, don't you say nothing to me. You ain't got nothing. Because I don't want to hear your ugly mouth in the flesh. Come on with it in the spirit realm. Let me see you step into that realm. Oh, they can't go there. That's why they battling. Y'all get on this internet, and I know you all been on here for so many years. You get on here and you see what they doing now. It is so much chaos amongst our people. And this is what the beast did. I'm gonna show y'all something that's really deep. This is what the beast did. The beast will stop you if you have something to correct your brothers and you really saying something to correct them. They don't let me, the beast won't let me send it as a comment. It'll freeze. So I went back in and I said, wait a minute, let me check this and see if I say, what? I put in what? It let me put that. But the other stuff what I was saying was too powerful. Oh no, I got this one. I threw this here reel out to the lake and I fish and I got a good fish on this one. I ain't finna let you give him nothing that will make him think. Let me reel this one in, keep you from getting. And I'm gonna lock this here comment so you won't give him no comments. I was like, Father, is it really what I'm saying? He said, it is what it is. I was like, wow. And then I went back in, I put the message. It wouldn't let me comment. It kept bouncing me out. So I went back in and I put what? It let me put that, but it wouldn't let me put my comments because I was sending a message to my brother, New Breed. He needs to shut his ugly mouth. He needs to stand down because a lot of people are, he wanted to talk about BET. Why is it they understand only the things that's in darkness? Why do you make the darkness the plate on your table? Why do you make what's going on in the world and the food that they feed you and the beast music? You eat the food that the world feeds you. You eat the drink out of the cup of the beast, and you play. He put his album on, and y'all all play. Now he was on there talking about. I didn't see a BET, but when he was talking about, I said I was gonna go on there and see who he's talking about. Little Nasty E or whatever his name is. And when I keyed on there, all I saw was him being interviewed. And when I was discerning him while he was being interviewed, I discerned a child that was caught in a hook. And in that hook, the devil decided to wrap a rope around him and claim him. So he has a little Nas, next, whatever his name is. He has only one chain. He only have one choice. And that's the only choice he can see, is to do the will of the wicked, of the evil power that controlling you, because he definitely controlling. That's how he got you on these YouTube, Facebooks, Instagram. That's the same power. We don't understand that. Whatever this young man is doing, we don't understand as a people. We are partaker in it as well, because we're on the same platform in which the devil controls. You see, we want to hear in our ears the things that the devil wants to feed us, and we think we okay. A lot of people thinking they really going somewhere. You all, that's why I say I don't bother the Christians, because even the Hebrew Israelite movement walks worser than the Christians. I'm gonna just tell you the truth. When this one young lady had said that a couple of months ago, I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that, because they can't see. They're in darkness. The Hebrew Israelite movement is in thick darkness. They can't see. So when he's talking about this young man, I'm like saying, do he understand that this young man most likely was raped by his own daddy, his grandfather, or their friends, or their cousins, or their neighbor, or his brother he was fondled with? See, that's what the men don't want to own up to. Anytime you sit here talking and opening up your ugly mouth about gay people, understand how did it start. It started back in the biblical. So don't think that you and the Hebrew Israelite men has escaped. Many of them have raped many of these young boys. Many. These men are living on what has been done to them when they were little. And it got to the point where it was done to them so many times, they begin to enjoy it. So when they get to an age where they're able to reach out and be able to mingle in the same way that was done to them, they do it. And then they just grab them. Well, that's what I am. It's been done to me so much. Y'all sick. If you think for 1 minute that these men are out here just doing this because this is what they're doing, that which was in the dark shall come to the light in the last days. So this here stuff been going on. So we got to get to the core of what's actually taking place. That's why I say men can't tell women what to do. Your grandfather, your great-great-grandfather, your great-great-grandfather, your father, your uncle, your brother, your cousin been molesting little boys for years. The men want to, now they oldest, I don't know what they want to talk about and cry about it. Wait a minute. What were you? And then have the audacity, but they did give the women the credit, because they say, grandma knew that he was raping us. Why would daddy take us over there every day? He knew that Paul was raping. This doesn't make any sense, y'all. See, they knew it, but guess what? Another key to that. I'm gonna explain something to y'all. The key to it was, back then, the women, the grandmothers, and the mothers wasn't allowed to say anything. So the mothers couldn't protect their children. A lot of women, this is what the women tell me. Deborah, I blame it on my mother. I said, why? She said, because mama knew daddy was raping me. Mama knew how long daddy been doing it. Grandma knew grandpa was raping me. Grandma knew her grandson been raping me. See, everybody already know. Shut your mouth. Keep it in the family. We can do all evil that we want, but we're going to make them think we the good people. Now, I'm going to sum this up right here and now. And as it says, this is how we have profaned, disrespect, and dishonor his name. How, Deborah? Because he put his name at the top of the list and he named us underneath. And this what we have showed the whole world of who we are. You see, we profane, we disrespect him by conducting ourselves today the way that we would conduct ourselves. So when I hear men on this devil platform making big issues, you all haven't heard. I don't know if you all heard. Get on there and you see how they battling. They battling so bad. Chicago game ain't as worse as what they doing on these devil platforms. These Hebrew Israelite men. You all missed it. Ain't nothing worse than the camps. It's worse than gangbanging. So you can say what you want, but when the heavens see it, he don't see it no difference. Because we want to make one part good and the other one bad. Camps is no different. This Hebrew Israelite camp mess, because they have fed so many men that have branched off, and that now speaks to you all. A lot of them had told so many lies and manipulate the brain and the minds of our men so bad that our men open up a page and they start talking and they about what they talking, and they open up their page and they talking about a lot of issues, and it grabs you at first, but then the more you listen, that's if you in the spirit. You listen, you say, oh, what? That's one of them campers. That's one of them that was deceived by the camp, the beginning of the Hebrew Israelite awakening. And when you're caught up in the beginning of it, let me tell you something. You messed up from the floor up. It's no turning back. That's going straight out into the ocean, and you can't make it back to dry land. That's how far out they are gone. Because right now, today, if you go on there, you see them battling one another about eating and what we can eat, and how the Bible is a lot of things in here are a lie and it's not true. Why are y'all about all that? None of that is salvation. None of that is deliverance. None of that is spirit and truth. None of that is the light. None of that is Hamashiach. None of that is Yeshua Hamashiach. None of that they talking has nothing to do with y'all. They done broke into a newfound understanding of the Hebrew Israelite, and it's called we're going to battle with each other, and it's time to hate on each other. So I said, Father, I got a question. Wait a minute, something wrong with this picture. So if we're going to be hated on all four corners, why is it saying that we're going to be hated for your name's sake? No, we're going to be hated because we needed to be hated. Y'all don't see what's going on with us as a people. Our men never fought for our schools. Our men never fought for our stores and our communities. Our men never fought for our land, our houses, our community, our cities, our states, the part where we reside. They never came into the community and like Farrakhan, them lying tells no good piece of crap, wants to come into the community. You want to come in and try to drill your God into somebody. No, why ain't you doing what you're supposed to do at the beginning of the Bible? Labor with your hands. Laboring with your hands didn't mean that you forsake your household. You forsake your wife. You forsake the seeds that you brought forth, that y'all trust you with. So that's why he looked to men. It's because I gave you my life, and you disperse them anywhere and everywhere, and then go back to feed them, then go back to clothe them, then go back to house them. How dare you come up out of nowhere? I'm awakening. What the hell are you awakening to? Stupidity, and to deceive the rest of the of your nation. You here to deceive. The Hebrew Israelite movement is here to deceive the rest of their nation. It's just like, let me give you an example. It's just like the shot, the vaccine shot. Look what they're willing to give and do just to get the shot. I mean, do to people if they would go get the shot. That tells you something wrong somewhere. You see? Well, that's how the Hebrew Israelite movement is. They just want you to get into their clique, this Hebrew Israelite movement. They don't care if Yah is a part of. They don't care if he's the beginning and the end. They don't care if he Alpha and Omega. They don't care if he's the right hand power. They don't care if he's a stretched out arm. They don't care if he Yeshua HaMashiach. They don't care who he is. Just come into our umbrella. Get up under here. We the people. That's it. That's it. We lost without a cause. I can say that. They've gone too far out in the ocean, and they will and shall not find their way home. Just like it when he brought the children to the promised land, he gave each tribe all the land that they could even, y'all, go back. Go back. That's what the old is for, to remind you of what all he have done. Not what man has said, but what he have said in there that he had done. See, that's where his voice come in. He telling you what he had done. See, that's the power of this book. The Ruach could come and show you where he's talking. The Ruach could come and divide this thing for you, if you are willing in your spirit to let him abide in you, so he can abide. You can abide in him and him in you, and y'all become one in this thing, in this walk. So Sister Deborah, is not going to hold you long, but I thank the Most High, because I want to tell you all this. Everything I have just said to you, that wasn't what I wanted to talk about. But I thank the Most High that he have taught me, when you are speaking, you're speaking first to yourself. So Sister Deborah is always looking in the mirror first and foremost. You see? Because we don't want to look in the mirror and see things in its truth. We want to bypass the mirror and blame, oh, that person and that person. Don't get me wrong. They doing everything that you see in your natural eyes and some. That's unjust, wicked, unrighteous. But if you know Yah, trust that He got that in His hand. He's going to take care of that. He's going to show up and show out on that. He already let you know what I'm going to do with it. So trust in it. My son called me, what was it, 4 days ago, telling me on his job, if I find him, first he texted me and said a whole lot of bad things to me. He said, if I find him in a body bag, no, something about snitch. My oldest son had a head injury when he was 15. So therefore, he battled with that. He's never been on any medication or anything. I've always let him have the Most High Yah. That's his only medication he's been on. That's the only medication. Anything he goes through, I go through. And a couple of days, I was saying to Father, that seems like a mother has a heavier life than a man, because a mother take on everything that happens to her children. It don't matter if they 50 or 60. It don't matter. It's just that you take on a lot of sadness and worry and endurance, even though you turn them over to Yah and you know Yah got them. So this is what happened. I went on and telling him to bring him down, because one thing I don't think the people really realize, this is the type of person that would snap. My son, he's the snap. He would be the one that could snap. And nothing could actually be done to him legally. And so I'm just saying, don't take him there, you know? So at that moment, I told him, you know, that if anything go on, your dad is going to bring that whole house down, that whole business down. I said, so you have to understand that they're not going to get away with nothing. Whoever threatening you, whoever says something to you, they're not going to get away with it. But whatever you do, hold your integrity and don't let them punk you. Because he was always a one-man fighter and always was a winner. He never let nobody buckle up on him. But he very humble. All his family knows he's the number one humble one in the family. But that's the one you have to be careful with. So this is what I told him. I said, I want you to go into your room. Don't you be on no game. Don't eat, don't do anything. Go before your knees, before the Most High Yah. And if you don't understand who the Most High Yah is, say the one that my mother know. And you tell him to first forgive you and help you in the situation you're in. Because they are being blessed. Because he can snap. So my thing is, guess what I had to do? I had to go down in prayer, but I had to first start off repenting, because I repent heavy because I was telling him about what his father can do. And I'm talking about his natural father, not his spiritual father. And that was wrong for me to tell him that, because I was in the flesh. You messing with one of mine, it's time to rumble. That's where I was at. So I had to repent for that. I had to go before the Most High and say, I'm sorry. I don't want to go. And I didn't tell his father. I didn't say anything. I said, I don't want to even say anything. I ain't going to have nothing to do with them. I'm not going to tell them nothing. I'm coming to you. And I told him, I'm coming to you in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach. I'm coming straight to your throne. And I first want to say, forgive me. Can't nobody protect my son but you. Forgive me. Same situation I was in today. I wanted to make a big issue out of a big issue. But I said, okay, Father, here you go. Here go another one. When you turn that thing over to him, he know how to work it out. Now, it might not turn out like you really want it to pan out, but you know that you turned it over to him. He loves that. He loves it when you give it back to who knows what to do with it and who saw it before the foundation of the world. How deep can that be? Someone who knows it and seen it before it even happened. millions of years before it happened, you might as well give it to them. Let them do what it does best. So a lot of times repenting is required. So a lot of our people are escaping it. A lot of them are hanging on their pride, their boosting, their ego. You know, they want to be uplifted. They want to be a king. They want to be a leader. You first be a follower of the Most High Yah. You first be a child. You can't be all that and some. We awakening and ain't even learned to be a child of the Most High Yah. So our sister Deborah was saying to you, I hope this message helped someone out there that they can pick up and not follow many that gone far out into the ocean. Don't go follow them. Follow the Most High Yah. He's ever present. These YouTube people, it's not ever present, y'all. They ever feeding your flesh what you want to hear. But they're not ever present when you need, when you want, when you need that comforter, when you need that teacher, when you need that revealer, when you need that healer, when you need that give and that gave, which is love. Charity, kick it to the curb. It's no such thing when you want to walk in righteous and you want to walk in justice. So when he shared with me what they did as far as putting charity to cover righteous justice, what are we constantly talking about? Justice and just. They took that away. That's why they've gotten away in the book with saying charity. See, if it was left in their righteous and justice, we could always go to it and show them that, see, y'all been wrong in this and wrong in that and wrong. But they took it out and put charity, which is to give somebody. You see, and that's not even the way, that's not the God given, that's the wicked give, what they've been given and portraying. Something came to me that was very powerful. I cannot speak to you all regarding it, but it came to me very powerful in how we as a people have forsaken our first calling and purpose. And because of that, others decide to pick it up and run with it. You see, because honestly, y'all, let me tell y'all the truth of the matter. We have, even today, we have forsaken who we are as a people. We have forsaken the idea that our name was written under this. And we have did everything against the one that is the head and the one that's name is at the top. We have did everything against it. So how do we think that the end is going to be in the New Jerusalem? I, Sister Deborah, would say thank you all from all of you all that's in the live chat. I appreciate you all. Matter of fact, let me see if anyone there wants to have a question. Anyone in the live chat has a question or wants to say something? Anyone in the live chat? Shalom, shalom, everybody. You want to know why you were brought down here to dwell in flesh? Okay, something took place. Now, I don't want to give you that. I want the Most High to give it to you. There's something that took place before the foundation of the world, and it took place in the heavens. And in the heavens, there were only angels, you guys. There was no human. There was no one but angels. And angels are spirits, okay? And one spirit wanted to, because he had a voice and he was used to do a lot of things. He got beside himself and felt that, okay, I like this here. The other angels are looking at me to be this, and they looking at me to be that. Hey, wait a minute. I can be just like the one that rules. But I'm gonna show you the power of Yah. Y'all don't know how blessed y'all are to hear this. And this is coming from the back end when I tell you I'm taught from the back end. So when you ask that question, why are we brought down here to dwell in flesh? It's because you were in the heavens as a spirit, okay, an angel spirit. And when this one wanting to take over, at that moment, my question was to the scholar, which is Yah, why did he get a chance to even think past negative, in a sense, wanting to rule. At that moment, Father, why didn't you boot him out then? Listen to what he said to me. So he allowed him to remain with that thought pattern to steal the throne, because to just have that thought tainted the whole heavens. It tainted the whole heavens. Okay. So the time that he was still remaining there, many others began to look upon him. Okay. Because they had that feeling that he was somebody because of the things he was capable of doing. He wasn't capable of doing anything on his own. It was what Yah had given him to be able to do, sing, and be able to just be to be over certain things, and he took it on as, hey, wait a minute, everybody looking up to me, I can kind of take the throne itself. So he misled a lot of them and led them into believing in him. Okay. So when the time got to the point where all the ones that wanted to follow him, that's when Yah charged him that he had to be kicked out. Now, when he kicked him out, that was Yah's. Now, look how beautiful this is. That was him kicking him and those of a third that wanted to follow him. Okay. So he did. Now, just imagine, that's the devil. So look at how y'all on YouTube. Look at the same way. It is no different. It is no different. Everybody get on YouTube, find somebody that they really like, and they want to follow them. Oh, they follow. They wake up in the morning looking for them. They go to bed at night looking for them. They just listen to them all day, and they're not giving them nothing spirit. They're not giving them nothing righteous. They're not giving them nothing just. They're not giving them no spirit and truth. Just giving them something for their flesh. So, but this is what happened in heaven. They get kicked out, okay, and they get put down in the uttermost darkness of the earth, and the main one, he gets kicked out on the earth. Okay. He gets kicked out onto the earth. Okay. Now watch this. During that time, Yah still was able to discern others questioning why they got kicked out. This has never, ever in eternal has happened. What were they doing? Oh, I wish I could have followed them. Oh, I liked it, what they were doing. See, those that got kicked out got a choice to follow he that was leading them. And they chose to follow to third. They chose to do that. They could have stayed, but they chose, which was good. But what happened is it had tainted the heavens. There were many others wanting to know what was going on and why those things were happening. And it continued and continued. Even those spirits, those angels who were desiring the opportunity to follow, but they didn't, because it was only one time where he kicked them out and kicked the devil out. But what happened, there was still others who still question and wonder and desire to be part of the ones that was kicked out. You see, but they just didn't choose to follow. You get it? So what Yah says, since heavens has been tainted, okay, I'm going to go on, and it still left some here. I'm going to go on and create a vessel and put them in it and let them perform in the direction in which they are feeling from the heavens. So that's how you end up down here. That's why he knows your goings and your comings. That's how he knows who you are and who is for him and who is not. That's why we can't play no games on him. We can't pour the wool over his head. He already know who's who. You sir, it's that when people tell me I got a choice, you ain't got a nothing choice. You got a choice to get your butt down here in the flesh and hope and pray and desire to make it back to the new heaven. You see, but they get down here and they what? They show that they always loved what Lucifer was doing, and they begin to go that way. Let me explain to you first. When we get down here, it's rightly, it's the broad gate and the narrow gate was already set there. You see, So the narrow gate was for those that he knew would return. The broad gate is the many will shall go in, because that is where the angels in the heavens were wanting and desiring, even though they didn't choose or chose to follow Lucifer. That's how they end up. Uh, 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 let me say this right. That's how they end up desiring to want to follow him once they got down here. That's why he said, let me give them a body. Let me give them this vessel, which is a body. And who they are, they're going to perform really who they are from the heavens. So therefore, heavens won't be up there trying to say, okay, you you all of y'all, come on, I'm gonna throw y'all in the uttermost darkness. What are the others? No, he put them on the earth. He built the earth and he put them there on, okay, and let them go where their spiritual heart was desiring to go before they left their estate. You see what I'm saying? So that's how you get the gate to destruction so broad, and you get the gate to what is righteous so narrow, because it's separated. And the wheat and the tare. Why you think he told the servant that, no, I don't need you to tie them up and burn them up, separate the wheat from the tare, because you can't do that. Only I know who's who. I kicked and brought them here. So I will do the separating. I know who's who. You see, because it didn't start here on earth. Just let me show y'all how deep it is. It didn't start here on earth because it ain't going to end here on earth. See, that's why I keep trying to say to you all, it's not going to end here on earth. It's going to end before at the throne in glory, because they're going to stand before him lying. Like he's still stupid. You see what I'm saying? You see how deep it is, how they treat him? You see how deep it is? Because you're going to come back to glory. And instead of you just hanging your head, said, Father, please forgive me. I know you say no more mercy. I'm sorry. I wasn't this. No, you're going to be up there saying, but I did this in your name. I did this in your name. I did this in your name. Thinking you're going to bring that same old bull crap you done fed these so-called Hebrew Israelite for years. And you're going to think you're going to whip it on him come judgment. But that's where he say, Deborah, you let him know. No more mercy. See, it ain't going to be no mercy when you stand before him. That means he finna cut everything out. Okay, that was, that is, and that shall be. Was started before the foundation of the earth, before the heavens and earth was created. That was, you see. So that time is and shall be gonna be judged before him, and he gonna already know. Depart from me. You ain't a part of me. I already knew it. Next. So you see, that's why you were put down here. Okay, now. He didn't. Let me show you what the love that he had for you. Okay. When he put you down, the world calls it love. It's sick love. Love down here is sick. There's no love down here. Okay. It's sick, evil, and wicked. Only give and gave is what really we would look at love to be, is really what give and gave is. Let me tell you what he did. He turned around and say, okay, it is finished in me. Let me start wrapping it up. Let me start letting it be, letting it be, letting it be, bringing it forth. What he did is, before the foundation of the world, wasn't the lamb slaughtered? Was not the lamb slaughtered? The lamb was slaughtered before the foundation of the world. So he was sending another section to still yet forgive you, so you can make it back to him. Every human being. You see that? When Christ hung on that cross, that was a part of what he planned in the heavens, y'all, before the foundation of the world. So that you can remain, so you can go back to him. You tell me that ain't? What did he do? He gave an angel out of the heaven as a lamb sacrifice. And he gave his right hand, which is Christ, to see it through. That every man on the face of the earth is going to be forgiven this day that Yeshua hung on that cross. And they were all forgiven. Back like in the garden, everything was perfect for that 1 second. And everything everybody did after then brought that sin right back in. You see that? But yet, he said, now I got it in the land. What you got in the land? I got Christ. My right hand gonna bring mine back to me. So he said to me, way back when I first was taught by him, he said, see, Deborah, when I son Christ, he's my right hand power. He is who I am. That's my right hand. He gonna go back and they gonna accept my right hand. And even those who don't understand my right hand and don't know my right hand, they gonna still come in because I know them. And he said they gonna accept, and that right hand gonna bring them back to my bosom because they didn't ask to come to the earth. I put mines down there with those who was still trying to debate if they should have followed the devil. So I put them all down there. You see, but I put some of mines down there. That's why I say, if it was so, it will fool my very elect. And the gate to what is righteous is narrow. Because those that's coming back to me, Christ is going to make sure they get back to me. You see that? And those that's not going to come, they're going to walk this earth thinking it's all about them. And they're going to live like that into the day of judgment and realize, here you go. You see where we at? So when you wonder why were we brought down here, baby, all this stuff started in the heavens. Let me tell you where it's going to end. Come judgment. They're going to stand before him lying. Where are they going to be? In the midst of glory, being judged and still yet lying. That's how potent the angels, the spirits, which was in heaven are. How wicked and evil. Here it come judgment, and all they going to get up there and do and still think they can manipulate him. You see how they mess with heaven? So what y'all say? What is y'all going to do? I bet you damn one of you don't know what he going to do. Somebody in the live chat, tell me, what is y'all going to do next? Oh, yeah. He thought he really was going to be the one on that throne. Can anyone in the live chat answer that? What move is what's the next greatest move as far as Yah ultimate plan? That's what he said. Depart from me. You see that word never? I never knew you. Not a man on the earth can teach that one. You know why? Because it's powerful. When he said, I never knew. I never knew. That means you never was a part of me. So kick rocks and keep it going. So if someone can tell me what is the most powerful thing that the Most High next move? I mean, let's say, I guess I couldn't ask you all that because that's something he's given me when I was a teenager. You want me to tell you his next move is? His next powerful move is to get rid of that heavens. See, everybody don't understand why there's going to be a new heaven and a new earth. Why would he get rid of his estate that he had for eternal? Because it's been tainted, y'all. So he's coming with a new heaven and a new earth. You see how much mess went on in heaven? That he got to have a new heaven and a new earth. And not something, he's going to do something so different. He's bringing it to the earth. You see that? Do you see that? That's his next greatest move. That's why in him it's finished. When he created everything, everybody thinking it was finished for a rest day. Baby, he had a reason to rest. Everything that I planted from the beginning to the new Jerusalem, to the new heaven and earth is finished. And we missed it. We think it's about us getting a rest day. No, it's deeper than that. So Sister Deborah is not going to hold you all long. And I will say, love you, and I appreciate you all coming out to the live chat. And I hope you all got something out of that. And I wasn't planning on staying that long, but the Most High has his way. And I hope you learned something from it to the point where Yah can take you from what I have said and show you in the spirit everything I've spoken unto thee. So Sister Deborah, I'm in my backyard, and you know what? I'm feeling pretty good. And I say to you, shalom and shalom.